think 2 weeks ago. Oh, you did the photos, the pictures, your dream boards.
Oh yeah, yes.
How did that go?
It went. Actually, it didn't happen.
Oh,
Yeah, there was a lack of interest, so I only had 2 people, and I just thought for what it was, I needed more people there, so I actually canceled it. So
oh, so
yeah, so I might do another one like after the first of the year.
okay,
Try it again
nice.
because it is very cool. It's not just like you grab a bunch of pictures randomly and stick them on wherever you want. There's like a method to it. It's using feng shui and the different elements that there are, earth, wind, fire, air, all of that is very much a part of it. So you actually have like categories that you do that you go around and do. So it's not just like, bleh. It's, there's very specific things you're trying to accomplish in all these different areas of your life. And so you've got different areas where you do that.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good to know. So
Yeah.
it's so hard right now with COVID and people wanting to go anywhere.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
found that people are either like really eager to get out and want to come see me, or they're just like, I'm going to hold off for another, several months and I'll get back to you. So
right.
it's just kind of hit or miss.
Yeah. No, I hear you. And I was just getting to the point where I can't stay in the house any longer.
I get you. Yeah, for sure.
So, and then you have a goddess circle coming up. So can you tell me about that and when it is?
Yes. So it's Monday the 28th. It's at 7:30. The last one that I held at my house, but I have a naughty German Shepherd puppy that kept interrupting. So when everybody was trying to meditate, he was overlooking everybody's faces. So we moved it to one of the girls that actually attended that class said, I absolutely love this. Would you mind if I held it at my house? And I said, no, absolutely not. So it's going to be out in Harriman. Is where it's located, and the address is on the event. If anyone is interested, I can forward that information to them, or I can give it to you, and you can get it out there.
Okay.
It's from 7:30 to 9. It might go till like 9:30, to be completely honest, but you can complete your day and get dinner made, and then have a little time for yourself. So.
Yeah. So what exactly is a goddess circle?
So a goddess circle is where I bring women together. Some are already friends, others are not, but this is a great place where you can come and bond with other women. So back in the olden days, women would always cook together. They would birth their babies together. They would have these communal places where they would go and hang out. And so I kind of just want to bring that back, that sense of camaraderie, that sense of support. How just getting together and making new friends. Even how can I support my sisters in my community? So that's kind of why I put this together, and that's what it's about for me.
Oh, that's a great thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh, and how long have you been doing that, or is it just fairly new?
It's just fairly new. So I actually just started the first one last month. So this is only the second month that I've done it, but every single circle will be different. So every experience you receive will be completely different than the last. I'm kind of wanting them to build on each other enough, but I don't want it to build so much that, if you haven't started doing it with me and 6 months down the road you decide you want to, that you're not lost. That you can pick up anywhere and feel empowered and still feel amazing within that first time that you ever come.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And then does it cost to go to it?
It does. It's $25 a person.
Okay.
So
that's not bad.
Yeah, not overly expensive. I'm, not out to certainly gouge anyone. That's not the point at all.
Yeah, but you do need to get paid.
Right. And I think that people take things like this more seriously when there is some type of cost to it.
Yeah.
So.
No, I totally agree with you. Oh, okay. And then you're trying to do goddess circles every month?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm going to hold them every month, and they might be at different locations. So I'll try and post them at least a month prior to, if not 3 weeks to when the next event will be, so that people can plan and prepare, because I know a lot of us are moms and we've got kids at home, and so the more notice that we have, the better off we are in planning for something like this. So, but they're not super long, because I don't want them to be so long that people feel like they're losing their entire evening either.
Okay. So when you say that they're 7:30 to possibly 9:30, is that the whole time? Like you're doing something that whole time period, or is it like meet and greet, do something, and then?
Yeah, so people can come a little early if they want to, but that's when I would actually like for the event to get started. So once I'm started, it's preferable that nobody's late too, just because I do start with a type of a ritual. So we bless the four directions. There's Eastern type energy work that's involved with it. So once I get started, I'd like for the circle to be closed and have everyone there. So,
Okay.
I mean, we might start at, 7:10 or whatever, or, 7:45, but, and I'd really like for it to just start at 7, but for this particular next one at 7:30.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So if doesn't quite get what a goddess circle is, what is your recommendation? What could you say to invite them in to come see you and see what this is about?
Yes. So for me, it's I would like to invite you in so that you could learn more about yourself. What are the aspects of yourself that you've never really looked at or you haven't really paid a lot of attention to lately? What areas of your life are you lacking? Where do you not feel strong? Where do you not feel supported? Well, let's go in and look at those. So we'll work with different goddesses. Like this month is the queen. I want the women that come to this circle to leave feeling like queens. So what aspects can I involve, through meditation and some other activities that I can bring forth that will make you feel like a queen when you leave? What areas of your life do you not feel like a queen, and where can we all come together to support you so that you feel like one when you leave?
Fantastic. I think that that's such a needed thing. I, yeah, I feel like as females and moms, busy moms, as far as being working and being moms, and there's all the stuff, kids activities, there are all of the work activities. I do feel like we as females have lost that connection with other females.
Absolutely. And we've been told and that we need to be in competition with each other. So rather than celebrating each other like we should be doing and coming together to support each other, we do the opposite. We tear each other down. We gossip. We do all these other things instead. So I'm wanting to build a community where you can come and feel completely safe and know that those other people are there wanting the very best for you.
Awesome. Way to go, Shannon. I think that's fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. So does this come from your Reiki stuff that you do?
So I was in meditation. Yeah. So this whole Reiki thing, how can I give a group of people a similar experience, where they can feel uplifted, where they can feel like their chakras are balanced and aligned when they leave, where they can feel supported, where they feel like they're walking on a cloud when they leave my studio. If I can do that for one person, why couldn't I do that for a group?
Mm.
And this whole COVID thing has just thrown me off because I'm such a social person.
Yeah.
And I need people. I need
Yep.
people. I need to feel connected. There's introverts that could be alone through this entire thing and not even notice that anything's happening around them. They don't even know that this COVID thing is going on. I'm quite the opposite. I need tribe. And so for me, it's like, gosh, how can I bring this tribal community back? Because if I'm feeling this way, there's got to be other people that feel this way. And when you're in your cave, you tend to spiral down a lot of times. There's this yucky situation. I'm not getting out. I'm not being fulfilled. So where does my energy go? It often will spiral down, and
Yep.
you'll people dive down into that rabbit hole. So how can I start bringing people back up and out of that? And really, I feel like women, I mean, not that dads and men aren't important to the secular family, but women really, if mom's okay, everyone's okay.
Yep.
And how often do we say that? Everybody knows that that's true. So what can I do to make mom, or single women too, this is for everybody, it's not just targeting moms, but if you're okay, then everybody around you will be okay. So if I can make you feel stronger and supported in your own life, then it will just vibrate out from you, into your family, to your, and then out from there.
Yeah, I 100% on board with what you're saying.
Awesome.
Yeah, 100%. I totally, and I understand the terminology as far as the vibration and all of that. But I have you found that people because of COVID don't want to attend or be close, or how if somebody says I want to go to your goddess circle but I'm worried about COVID, what are your precautions that you are taking?
My precautions is, I've got hand sanitizer. I ask that you use it. I don't ask that you wear a mask unless you want to. That's an optional thing. It's up to you. If that's your comfort zone, then fine. And we do still space. So I am observing the 6-foot radius as far
Okay.
as where everybody's positioned. So, but again, I'm leaving this all up to everybody. So yes, I'd prefer that everybody do their distancing, but really, it's pretty much just up to the group. If everybody is okay and comfortable with, kind of coming in, then that's fine. If you're not, I totally respect that also.
Okay. And if somebody decides to come to your goddess circle, do they have to bring anything?
Nope, just themselves. For
Oh,
this particular class, I am saying, hey, if you've got a crown at home that you'd like to come, bring with you and wear. If you have anything that makes you feel like a queen, any type of jewelry or an outfit or, anything like that, please come and wear it because I want you to feel that way. And anything that would pump you up to make you feel that way, bring it.
so
Bring
I
it.
could come in my pajamas.
You could.
Sweet.
If that's what made you feel like a queen, absolutely.
If somebody's listening to our podcast or our YouTube, what do you do?
I am an intuitive energy healer. So I use Reiki um, in that modality. So I do both. So they're one and the same though also. I know it's very confusing, but so I call it Reiki because that's the one thing that people can really relate to or they've at least heard of it. So
Mm-hmm.
I get you on my table. I work through your chakra system. I balance and align your chakras. But while I'm in there, I will often get messages from your energy field. So if you're willing and want to hear those messages, I'm able to share those with you. So maybe you have something emotional going on, but you don't know how to talk about it, or you're not sure what to do about it, or you just feel yucky, but you don't know why. Generally, I can get in your energy and pinpoint what exactly it is that's bothering you. And through working through your energy, we can determine how you can move past the issue. Or, if it's a physical ailment, you know, how you can work on that to alleviate the pain that you might be having.
Okay. So I know that you have people come into your room at your house. Are you also doing virtual?
Yes, I am offering virtual. So I can either do over the phone or I can, call you and say, okay, I'm going to start your session and hang up the phone and I can just do my thing and then call you when I'm done and walk you through what I've done, or I can do it just like this. I can do Zoom calls.
So if you and I are doing this right now, you can tell my energy.
I could if I was in that space. Yeah, so I could quickly prepare myself, and then if you were willing and able, then yes, we could start a session right now.
Oh, all right. I don't know if I'm willing and able, but we could try. I don't know. Do you want to do that?
We could get in there for a minute, look around,
Since it's not being recorded live.
right?
Yeah. So, all right. Tell me what I need to do.
Okay, so first of all, just close your eyes and take a couple nice big deep breaths with me. So in and out. And again, in and out. And then in and out. So first of all, what I'm initially feeling from you is you've got some heart stuff going on. Just
Oh,
connect. Yeah, so you are having some frustration. I'm getting family stuff.
am I supposed to still close my eyes?
No, you don't have to.
No. There's a lot of stress at my house right now with
Yes,
everybody
I
over
know.
here.
And especially your little stepdaughter.
Oh, that's interesting. She's here tonight.
Yep. And it's like nothing major, but it's just like I get the feeling that there's going to be something that breaks the straw that breaks the camel's back. Like you're just trying to maintain.
Interesting. Because I thought that was better than it was. So interesting.
It is, but you've got so many little underlying things happening around you in your energy. So, let's see here. So you have all these little stresses going on around you. And none of them on their own are a big deal. But when you sit and think about them all together, it feels very overwhelming.
Well, you're spot on that one.
Yes. So, yes, things are better there, but you could very easily go into a breakdown because of all these little stresses going on. Me time is essential for you right now. You're maintaining very well because you're very calm, you're very cool, and you're very collected. However, knowing that you have all this stuff just hanging there, somebody could just say one thing that's a little trigger and it will just take you straight down because you just have all these little things that are building and building and building. Does that make sense?
Totally makes sense. So I should go.
Yeah. Yes, so you should go. But your chest just feels very heavy.
Yeah.
At the moment. It's not like your life sucks and oh boo-hoo, boo-hoo. It's not even like that, but you haven't slowed down long enough to give yourself time to process some things. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And your shoulders feel a bit heavy too. You're feeling responsible, I feel like, for a lot of people right now.
Yep, that's absolutely true.
Yeah, and feel it. Yeah, right. So you need to remember where your responsibility starts and where it ends for other people. Because you are the caregiver.
Yep.
But you can't do it all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because I totally understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh.
So there's just a little tidbit.
That was interesting though, because I was always wondering how somebody could do it on like this. So
it's really interesting because I can feel it's like when your mom I know your mom's no longer here and I'm sorry about that. I'm just using her as an example because parents are so connected to their children, mothers are. But I mean, how many times had your mom called and said, you know, I just had this feeling that you needed to talk to me or that there was something wrong? Well, it's just intuition. She is just that tapped into you. So I can do that because I've been trained to with anyone, if they're willing, if I have their permission. So it's just using that same intuition that your mom would use to call and check on you because she could just sense it.
That's interesting. So I always thought that people were born with that intuition. They're not, or they are? You said that.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you said that you were trained. So I'm just a little confused.
Oh yeah, sorry. So everybody has the ability to do this. Some people are innately born with the ability to do it, and some aren't. But you can develop it whether you were born with it or not. It's just a matter of training yourself to do it. But so I was born with it, but I didn't know how to use it properly. So I would get these intuitive hits like a mother would, because they don't have training. You just have it as a mom. You just have that intuition with your kids. So I've always had this intuition, but I couldn't zero in on a specific person because I didn't know how. I knew I could do it, but I didn't know how.
Okay.
So I went through training just like somebody off the street that doesn't know they have it, or they want to learn how to use it. I went through that same type of training so that I could hone it. But I've definitely always had it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. But it's not part of Reiki. It's something different, or?
It is something different, yeah.
Okay. So where did you go to training at?
So I had a Reiki master. So Reiki is different, but yet it's the same. It's kind of hard to explain. So Reiki energy comes from the universe. So I channel it in through the top of my head, down through my arms, and in through my hands. But when you do that, you also use your intuition. So and Reiki will give you that. It will tell you what the person needs sometimes, and tell you where to focus the energy to heal them. So it's just repetition and practice, just using it and using it and using it, and really trusting my gut. And so when I got into a situation where I was like, shoot, do I go down, which fork do I go down in this road? I would then, go inside and feel it and then make my decision. And I just learned that it was always the right one when I did that. And it's just like a muscle. The more you use your intuition, the stronger it becomes. And that's true for anyone.
Yeah.
So I've just used it so much that I prefer to rely on that only now, if I can. I mean, obviously there's some areas where I don't feel for my own life, where I don't feel, completely trusting of myself yet, but I'm working on it. We're all a work in progress.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. It's kind of similar to the class I'm taking. I'm taking a class called Thinking into Results.
Ooh.
And it's all about your mind, and it's all about your basically what you think about comes about. And when you think about something, it forms an image. From the image, it forms a vibration. And you just think, if you think about bad things, your day is going to go bad. If you think about good things, your day will go good.
Sure.
So, like for example, today I spilled coffee everywhere. Previous me, my old Kathy, would have been like swearing up a storm and saying, oh, all these bad things, and would have made my whole day go bad. But today I was like, oh, I spilled coffee. Yeah.
Oh well.
Yep, exactly. So, but that's cool. So when you give like the reading that you just did for me, because I gave you permission to do that.
Yes.
Have you ever just gone by somebody in the middle of, I don't know, the grocery store, and you're like, oh, I get a bad feeling from them, or a good feeling?
Yes, I definitely have. So, and I can, so what I choose to do whenever I see somebody like that is just send them love. I'm sending
That's great.
love. Yeah, your energy is off. I'm just going to send you love. But yeah, but it's really interesting being able to go into a place like that and be able to read everybody. You just walk around and you can, I mean, you don't know how many kids they have or, what they do for a living necessarily, but you can definitely read the energy coming off of them. Absolutely.
So I like your mindset. I like what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, we need more of you, Shannon.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it makes me happy.
Good.
Especially with all the negative stuff in the world right now. So I guess my next question though, and then if you have any questions for me,
sure.
Is, so you just did that reading. Do you record it? And then like, for example, with mine, you give, I don't know exactly what to do about what you just said as far as the stepdaughter, because I thought that we were good. Now I'm like a little worried.
Well, you're not good. You're always good.
Yeah.
But, and it's not even that she is going to say something horrible, but she could say something in such a way that it would trigger you.
Oh, okay.
And it's not even her being mean. So what you would get in a full reading is I would work through your energy. And sometimes I don't have the full story. I start at your head, but sometimes I don't have the full story until I get to your feet. Because different parts of you whole different energy. So in your heart space, that's what your heart's telling me. But as I move down to your solar plexus, just the one chakra down, I might get more information about why she feels that way, or what would happen, or what you're feeling sensitive to when it comes to her, that maybe you haven't even thought of, or it's under your radar of your conscious mind. Does that make sense?
No, it does.
So by the time I'm done with your reading, though, I will have walked you through exactly what it is you need to know. So that was just the small portion of what you would have gotten in one full session.
Okay.
And then we would talk about things on how to counteract, you actually going down into that spiral. If she were to say something to you that triggered you, that she didn't mean, but you took it that way anyway, because that's just the space you're in, because you have all these other little things going on.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't have all those other little things going on, what she wouldn't have said may have not bothered you. But because you have all this other stuff going on, what is your game plan for when you leave here?
Right.
What is your prescription? What does that look like? And for you, because you have all this residual stuff going on, because like I said, it's just heavy in certain areas, and I didn't read all of you, but I would prescribe to you a really good chakra balancing meditation. I'd show you which one I think would be great for you, and then I would recommend a saltwater bath, because salt water cleanses your field. It cleanses your energy. So I would tell you to do that, a little self-care, and I'd write you, a prescription for that, or we just discuss what it is I think you should do.
So that's a great idea. I really like what you're doing.
Thank you.
And that's awesome. So, all right, we're at the end of our time. So do you have questions for me?
When am I going to see you again? I feel like I haven't seen you forever in real life.
Maybe Monday. How about Monday?
That would be fantastic. I think that'd be so fun.
So I think that's because I was thinking about going anyways. And right now I am taking a couple of classes, and I know that that's part of what's weighing me down as well. It's work and my schoolwork and everything.
Yeah.
And then there's so many people living at the house, and a zoo. We have a zoo as well.
Yes.
And yeah, Kiana has a snake and a gecko and a dog and whatnot. But anyways, I was like, I'm going to go to her goddess circle. And then when you said self-care, I was like, I'm going to go to her goddess circle. So.
Yep. Self-care is extremely important. So I'm really glad. And I would like to sit down and talk to you more about those other classes that you're doing. That's very cool. Very interesting.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's been really fun. It's been a great, you know how your past history, your life sets you up on this path. Whether you know it, whether you don't know it. And I can see my past life history is setting me up exactly where I'm at right now, because I'm choosing to listen to that, whatever you call it, still small voice, I don't know, God, whatever you want to call it.
Sure.